Well, the real shocker about Batwoman was that it was going to get a season 2. But here, yes, the news that Ruby Rose has quit the role. She's leaving it. Now you can guess that maybe she was pushed out because she just wasn't any good, and she wasn't. Now that being said, the faults of the show, that's just a minor thing. What's wrong with it? A lot of the big faults of the show is not her fault at all. But just watching her performances, I've watched a good bit of it. I intended to watch the whole season and then do like an overall wrap up of it. I don't know that I'm going to bother. And I don't have time for a lot of things, so why take time to waste it on that? But I think I got to episode 12. It all melds together because she just does the same thing over and over again. She catches Alice, lets her go. And then I'll do an episode. By the way, did you know Batwoman is a woman and a lesbian? And she has sex with women. By the way, she's a woman. I mean, that is the whole point of the show. I mean, that's it. Everything else is slapped on and lazily done and not thought through. But another problem is just the lack of credibility that a lot of these shows with female characters have, in which they position them in the role of a man. And yet, in the case of Ruby, she's very small, very slight, and yet she's just beating the crap out of all these people, and it's just not believable. If she were playing a character who had superpowers, well, have at it. You know, it could be magic, whatever. I don't know. It doesn't really matter. It's like, but even Supergirl is more, that's more, physical presence than, than Ruby does. And I felt sorry for Ruby at the outset when she got cast. I didn't know much about her. I had only seen her briefly in the John Wick movie, and she did all right in there. Of course, she played a mute character, so but she got immediately attacked by the left, saying she wasn't lesbian enough or gay enough or whatever it is, Oh, and that's the audience you want to play to. So it was dead on arrival with that nonsense. And besides, the hardcore leftist audience and identity politics people, they never show up for these properties. And if they do, it just proves the point that they're very few in number. So there was problems all over the place. The plots were terrible. The writing was terrible. There would be little moments here where people would shine through. I think the guy playing Luke Fox is pretty good. But there again, the whole template of it is just Batman without Batman. So everybody is just doing Batman stories without Batman. These are not the Batwoman comic book stories. She had her own narrative. The whole Alice thing. The plot is basic. Yeah, it's her sister and all this stuff. That was there, but it was done so much better. And of course, it had the advantage of the beautiful artwork that was done in that initial run. And evoked the kind of surrealism that the story had as its style. But here it's just, and then it just hides behind, well, she's gay, so if you don't like it, you're a homophobe, and that's the end of it. The look of it, some of the promos, it looked pretty good, but then you see her in action and stuff, and God, if you turn a light on, it's really bad. The suit just does not fit her. It's too big for her. The mask looks very awkward, and the wig, I guess, helped a little, but not by much. It still looked kind of cheesy and cheap. And, but that, God, man, it's just that weird shape of it and everything. It's just, I don't know. Who did they design this suit for? Initially when she, appeared in the Elseworlds thing, there was a few scenes there where she seemed to rely heavily on the bat gadgets and stuff. I thought, now there's a good idea. If you orient the character to that, to where she relies on this and she's clever with how she chooses the battles and whatnot and that sort of thing, rather than just she has the massive strength and fighting prowess to go up against it. And no, that's just not there. I mean, there was one scene, she wasn't in her bat suit. She was on a motorcycle and she had the helmet on, and oh my God, she got off the bike and the helmet didn't fit her. I mean, it was huge. It looked like a little child had hopped on, and then she just starts beating up thugs, and oh God, come on. So This is very bad. And if it had been some other show that didn't have the protection of message, probably would have been canceled pretty early on. But well, here we are. And the other, reasons, I think it probably has, it may be the main reason, I don't know, but she suffered an injury and had to have surgery to correct it. Neck surgery, I believe, doing this show. And boy, I tell you, God, if she had been, permanently damaged or something like that, that's not a show you want to waste your life and limb on. So I think she's definitely made the right decision. I don't know what vehicles would work for her. I think in the hands of actual talented, writers and idea people who care about the show, could have drafted something along the lines that might have fit her. But they just didn't do that. And, again, it's similar to Supergirl. It just completely doesn't respect its own characters. It immediately steals from the male character that it's the derivative from. And so Batwoman and Supergirl, these are derivative from Superman and Batman. And the problem with the show is that she's constantly narrating it by talking to Bruce Wayne in her head. Reminding you that, this is a Batman show without Batman. And it's never, ever going to be its own thing. And it never tried to. So best of luck to Ruby Rose. Maybe she'll find something better for her. But this just wasn't it. And, you can't just, show Ruby the door. You need to get some better ideas and writers in here. As for the replacement, well, they said, no, don't worry, it will be a member of the LGBT community. And they forgot the AI and plus. Oh, DC. Oh, you might get canceled. That's bad. So the actress will have to be gay. So that limits the possibilities. Do you just admit that? Is that on the resume? I don't know. How do you play my orientation? So, who did you sleep with last? So that's what they said. So the actors, but, hopefully it's someone a little taller, at least, who looks somewhat believable. That could, but there again, detail it with the device. Batman's got a lot of weapons and stuff, and since you're not going to let this character develop her own, let her make use of that. At least that would work out. And oh God, I don't reboot the whole damn thing. Just forget about her being in the Batcave and all that. God, let these characters have their own stories. But geez. Lazy. Apparently Bruce Wayne will probably appear in the next one. Technically, they've cast him already since they introduced the Hush character, and he apparently looks like Bruce Wayne with his disguise, which they matched up with Alice and her, sewing up people's faces, which Hush he's a plastic surgeon. He's supposed to be the one who knows how to do that stuff. But I don't know. I didn't watch that episode, but yeah. So, I believe the actor is Warren Christie. And so maybe that means he's the Bruce Wayne of this series, and maybe he'll show up later. We do know that there'll be a crossover between Batwoman and the Superman show with Tyler Hoechlin, but it'll be some other actress playing Batwoman, and well, we'll see how that goes. But of course, when you're casting Bruce Wayne, people just, hey, can we have a Superman Batman crossover and TV show? You're still dependent on it, and you don't care about your own shows, and you shamelessly use identity politics issues to try to shield it. And no, that's really nasty. And to shield what? To shield lazy product, which actually insults the very people you think you're defending or promoting or what have you. Round and round we go. Rinse, lather, repeat. All right. Best of luck to Ruby Rose. Maybe she'll find something better. And we'll see what they're going to do with Batwoman. I don't know that I'll watch it, but I'll keep an eye out for whatever news comes forth. Thank you for watching and listening. Say, why not like and subscribe, and check out that link description below. That'll take you to my many stores that have plenty of goodies for you. T-shirts, hats, mugs, all that good stuff. And head over to indieplanet.com and get yourself a copy of my comic book, Night Night. Gee, I wonder what that's derivative of. Also, catch my podcast, Mr Nailsin Show, over at RadioMisfits.com. And you can also watch my videos over at BitChute.